Our lead to begin the week here, our lead this hour coming from Northern California, the biggest game of the NFL season. Prime time. You had to watch. You got to watch. Dak Prescott. These ain't your daddy's Cowboys. No. These Cowboys are different. These aren't the same old Dallas Cowboys at all. No. And Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers, oh, man, they don't know what they're getting into there, taking on the Cowboys. Collinsworth was there, Mike Tirico in the booth, and I was sitting on my ass in the room across the hall. You cannot see, but across the hall there. Been here a long time. Did not want to miss a second. So I got here early to check it all out. Was watching it. So if you didn't see it, you did not miss much. Brock Purdy tossing not one, not two, not three, but 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to tight end George Kittle as San Francisco eviscerated Dallas 42-10. Turn at the light, the party's over. 32-point loss. 32-point loss. Hey, where you at, Cowboy Dan? You loser. They lost by 32 points.
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Niners are 5-0. Dallas, total frauds. They dropped to 3-2. The better story is in the losing locker room. We're going to practice the ancient art of schadenfreude. Yes, some schadenfreude, taking joy out of other people's misery. Dak Prescott, remember when he said he wouldn't have 10 turnovers this season for the Cowboys? Well, he had not 1, not 2, 3. He had 3 in this game. 3 turnovers in this game, 3 interceptions. He then got benched in the 4th quarter. He got benched for Cooper Rush. How embarrassing. How embarrassing is that? He got benched. He was so pathetic. They took him out of the game. All right, so let us discuss the question. How is Dak Prescott looking for the Cowboys in this moment? So I have saltwater fish, Land O'Lakes, and warp speed. And we will combine all of these things together, and we will laugh hysterically at the Dallas Cowboys. Total frauds. They are frauds. All right, so this game, a measuring stick, right? A measuring stick game. Where do you stack up? Well, for Dak Prescott, as we anticipated, if you saw the TV show over the weekend, Benny versus the Penny, we talked about this. There's some things in life that are just, you know you're going to have them. You're going to have to pay taxes. At some point, you're going to kick the bucket. And Dak Prescott against a top-notch defense, he just goes free falling. How low can you go? So he doesn't pass the test. It's open and shut. And Dak Prescott, he is the guy we thought he was. And if you want to crown him, you can crown his ass. But all about the opponent. Against lightweights, Dak goes out there, and he's the stat bandito against weaker opponents in the NFL. When it comes to the upper crust of competition, where you are judged, right? Can you knock off the top teams? Can you play well? Can you give your team a chance against the top teams in the NFL? He goes out there. Dak is like a saltwater fish, better known as the flounder. That is Dak Prescott. He's a flounder. Flailing and flopping, and it's so good to watch. It's so consistent. It is so good. All the while, it's the same drama played out every year where with Dak Prescott in this period for the Cowboys, where Dak goes out, plays well against crap teams for the most part, and then against better team, doesn't play that well, and then Jerry Jones, the GM, always the cockeyed optimist when it comes to his quarterback. He keeps expecting different things to happen. That it's going to be different. We got better coaches. We got better players. Blah 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 blah. And all it turns out to be is Dak. He's like a flounder getting gutted when they play the top-notch opponents. Rinse, wash, and repeat. And so why not just sign Dak Prescott to another contract extension, Jerry? Just keep giving him more money. Why not? It's going well. Tremendous job by you. Tremendous job. Dak's played 102 NFL games. 102 NFL games. You get what you get and don't get upset. That's the reality of Dak Prescott. And Jerry's fine because the Cowboys are contenders. Every year they're contenders, whether they legitimate contenders or not, and so Dak can sell that, and that's exciting. Now, turning the page here. What the hell happened to Micah Parsons for that dominating Dallas defense? Where did Micah – does anyone know where Mike – did he show up to the game? Was he at the game? I don't know. All right, so Micah Parsons. Now, I heard after 2 games beating the Giants and the Jets to begin the year that Micah Parsons was this generation's Lawrence Taylor. I was told that. I was fed that by the pundits. They told me. They said, oh, my God, this guy's amazing. Micah Parsons. They shoved it up my keister is what they did. So here's an opportunity. Micah Parsons. All right, going out there against the 49er offensive line, make your presence felt. Apparently life comes at you fast in the NFL. And I was told, again, Micah Parsons, Lawrence Taylor. Now, if you're Lawrence Taylor, that means you are matchup proof. That doesn't matter what offensive line you go against. It doesn't matter what scheme they throw at you. You are such a dominant supernova that you will be able to have your presence felt. Did anyone watching that game, either in the stadium or on television or listening on radio, did anyone see or hear Micah Parsons make any kind of impact? I'm asking for a friend. No, Parsons, yes, that's the Crickets is what we heard. He's a Land O'Lakes guy. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean in layman's terms? Micah Parsons is he's like butter. He melted. Got a little warm there, and he melted. He's a Land O'Lakes guy. And you and I had almost as much an impact sitting on our asses as Micah Parsons did, number 11 for the Dallas Cowboys here. Parsons finished with 1 measly tackle. Micah Parsons, this generation's Lawrence Taylor, had one tackle. And there were plenty of offensive plays for the 49ers against the Cowboys defense. He had 3 assisted tackles, no tackles for loss, 0 sacks, bupkis when it comes to quarterback hits, and Zippo on passes defended, as you would imagine, fumbles forced, all that, nothing. He was taking up space. And then to show you how obtuse, how out of touch Micah Parsons is with the heart and soul of the Cowboy fan. Or maybe he is related. I don't know. You have to decide. Micah Parsons, the only thing he did on the field, the impact he made on the field was after the game. He was caught on camera doing a jersey swap. He swapped jerseys with Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, McCaffrey and Parsons, they did the old switcheroo with the jersey there. Now, I guess I'm old school now. Isn't that kind of about, why do you have to do that on the field? Like, you just got your lunch handed to you by the 49ers, and now you want to take home Christian McCaffrey's jersey? That's the goal there? Couldn't you do that in the bowels of the stadium? You have to do that on the field? Well, it's the photo op. You got to do the photo op because nobody else will believe you. You have to do the photo op? Really? That's where we are. All right, last word here. So is Mike McCarthy's job in danger as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? It's only week 5, come on. Well, you've got to look on the GPS. And if you look on the GPS for Mike McCarthy, the road is bumpy. It is a rocky road. There's a lot of marshmallows and nuts in there for the Dallas Cowboys, and it is a problem. Now, am I going to say today is he going to get in trouble? No, he's not going to get fired today, but we're heading towards a direction, and where is that direction leading us to? Look at this. All right, you can see cracks starting to form on the Cowboy wagon, and they might get typhoid fever when they travel on that wagon. Yeah, it's a problem. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're going to hell. Here we go. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. So the loss to the Cardinals exposed a lot of underlying issues. They played it off as, well, we had this, that, and the other excuse. And they always have the excuse. So that was bad. But now this monstrosity against a very good 49er team, there's no excuse. The Cowboys right now are going warp speed into Dante's Inferno. And if you don't believe me, you are in denial. I'm not being a prisoner of the moment. I'm not overreacting here. This Cowboy team is pumped up for the eating. If you're anyone who's halfway decent in the NFL, look around. And the way things look at this moment, in this snapshot in time, this Cowboy team is at the very minimum 7-8-9 loss team. 7-8-9 loss Cowboy team. From what we have seen. What we have seen. It's true. 7-8-9 losses. So let me do the math on this. I'm going to do Maller math here. They said there would be no math. So here's the Maller math. The Cowboys already have 2 losses, right? Cardinals and 49ers. Still ahead. They've got to play the Chargers in the hood in Inglewood. That'll be next Monday night. So a week from today, next Monday night. Then they have, following the rest of the schedule, you've got 2 dates with the Eagles, who will beat them both times. I saw Philadelphia in person. That's a good team. Really good team. And they will beat the Cowboys both games. So that's 2 wins. That's 2 losses for the Cowboys. The Charger game could go either way. But you still have a road game in Buffalo and a road game at Miami. So we'll pencil those in as losses. So that's 4 more losses. But wait, there's more. You have teams like the Rams who get Cooper Kupp back, and now they have 2 legitimate big-time wide receivers. And Seattle, those are average middleweight contenders. But the Cowboys, by losing to the Cardinals, you can lose to anybody. Right? And so you look around and say, well, those games, Miami, Buffalo, Philadelphia twice, the Chargers, the Rams, and the Seahawks. If you combine all of those games together, right, and that's a total of 7 games. 7, 8 games. So that's actually 8 games. So I did that. 1, 2, and the Lions. I forgot about the Lions. They play the Lions also. So that'll be a loss. So that's 8 games. So if they only win 2 of those, let's say they beat, I'll give you maybe they beat the Chargers, right? Monday night, it'd be a Cowboy crowd at SoFi in L.A. So they win that game. They beat Seattle because Geno Smith stinks. So 2-6, and they lose every other game. That gets them to 8 losses. Then they have to beat everybody else. They've got to beat the dumpster fire teams. They play the Giants again. They suck. And the Washington football team blows. But you got to beat them. You lost to the Cardinals. You've already lost to the Cardinals. So the writing is on the wall there. And the 49ers, now they're heading towards juggernaut status. They're not going to win all their games. They'll screw up. They'll lose a game they're supposed to win. But right now, they are flying high. And it is a bonanza. It is an absolute bonanza for the 49ers. All right.